another edition of Prescott Talks here at Prescott E-News. I'm your host, David McNabb. And with me today, I have a special guest from Willow Creek Charter School. It's Katie Sevey, the principal there. And Katie, thanks for joining me here on Prescott E-News.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, everyone in Prescott drives by your school all the time because you're on the main drag.
Right.
Which is Willow Creek Road, and which is where you get your name from, Willow Creek Charter School.
Yep.
And tell us about first, before we get into the school, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, your history, and how you got there.
Okay. I'm from Chicago originally, and I then moved to Wisconsin, Kenosha, Wisconsin, where I worked for Jockey International, the big underwear company, and was a corporate person for, number of years, 9 years or so. And it just got too much. I had 2 little kids, and I was traveling around the world, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So I left Jockey and took some time to be with my kids. And then I figured I have to have some kind of a job. So I got a job at the school district there, working one-on-one with kids with cerebral palsy, and fell in love with teaching.
Yeah, so you started the special ed group there.
Yep, and I was a teacher's
school.
aide, and I fell in love with it. That was my calling. So I got a job. I was a computer geek. So I got a job at another school after that, running their computers and being a computer teacher, and had a blast and figured, you know what, I'm actually teaching, but I'm not getting paid for it, so I'm going to go back to school. So I went back to college at 42 and got my teaching degree. And
what college you go to for that?
Western Governors University. It was actually the first online accredited teaching college.
Oh, wow.
In the U.S.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and so I did it all online, and
amazing.
Yeah, it was great, and took 4 years, and still working. I also owned my own taekwondo school, and so I was working full time. I had my own business, and then going to school full time. It was a lot, but I did it. So,
how did you get into taekwondo?
I was a gymnast growing up, and blew out my knees and lost my scholarship to college.
Yikes.
And so I, it was just geared toward what I could do with gymnastics. I was still flexible and strong and things like that. So I started taekwondo and competed all over, and, never won the illustrious world championship, but came in second all the time.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes,
that's really awesome.
So, and then my husband and I decided to end the marriage, and so I had a teaching degree, and I wanted to get out of Wisconsin. So Bullhead City contacted me first. I applied to Dubai and England and every place, and Bullhead City was the first one to contact me. So
who would have thought?
I know, right? Okay. So I moved there, and oh my goodness, that was a big
experiencing some real heat there in Bullhead City.
Yes. We moved in. My kids helped me move in to my apartment. It was 123 degrees.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
I was like, what?
But when you get to that kind of heat, you do get surprised.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You sit in that Colorado River, which is, a cool 71 degrees all the time, quite a bit. But
how long did you teach there?
I only taught there for about 6 months, and they over-hired.
Oh.
And so I was the last one hired, first one let go.
Of course, sure.
And so I was looking for a job and found a job at teaching middle school, which is my calling. I was teaching first grade in Bullhead, and
you must be a glutton for punishment, middle school.
That's what everyone tells me. I love middle school. They are so much fun, and they get my jokes. So,
so that was it.
Right. Yeah. First graders just look at me like, what?
So where were you teaching there?
I was teaching first grade in Bullhead.
Yeah, but.
And then 7th and 8th grade at Willow Creek Charter.
Oh, you came to Willow
yep.
Creek from there.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've been there 11 years now.
11 years. And when did you become principal?
Beginning of the school year.
Of this school year.
Yep. So it's just,
What happened to the old principal?
she was doing a job of 3 and kind of burnt out, and also was trying to do she wanted to be an animal chaplain. So she was going to school for that. So it was just kind of evolved. And so she's still involved. She's our director. She does all of our finances and grant management and legal stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And how do you like being an administrator?
I like it. I didn't think I was going to. My kids in my class were very angry at me initially that I left, because they were like,
"How could you do that?"
Right. You told us you would never. I'm like, I never wanted to be, but I wanted the school to stay open, and I wanted to do what was right by the school because I believe in it.
Sure.
So I accepted.
Well, let's talk about the school. When was it started, and why was it started?
It was started in 1999. And initially, they worked with animals. Because that was an old ranch back in the day. So, and they kept some of the animals. So they were teaching the kids all about, taking care of those.
That location on Willow Creek Road was a ranch?
It was. It was the last ranch to the city, to the city of Prescott. So it was it was the last one there.
It must have been, and it started in 1999?
Yep, the school did, yeah.
Okay, before that was a ranch.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing. And they had, what did they run, cattle? or
I believe so. I know at the school they had goats and chickens, and in fact, one of our outbuildings is still, we call it the chicken coop, because it was the chicken coop, and they had, I think, sheep, and I think they had a cow or 2, horse.
Can I come by for pick up some eggs sometime?
I know, right? I wish we still had the chickens.
Oh, darn. Shoot.
I know. But yeah, so.
Well, okay, so our listeners will know, this is right across the street from the Church of the Nazarene, and that's at the corner of Green.
Right.
Green Lane, and I think Shepherd Lane is the other one. It goes the other way.
Right.
So it's just before that. There's an urgent care right there, and so it's easy access off the Willow Creek Road onto the school grounds, and a turnaround there, and to drop off your kids that way. And okay, so tell us more about the school. Is there any history there that you want to tell us about? And then tell us about why it was formed.
Okay.
And what niche it fills.
Again, initially it was for the equine, or the, helping the kids, doing hands-on learning, more of that outside.
Agribusiness.
Right. And then it got, from what I hear from, one of the teachers that still helps us, that was an original teacher, is that they forgot about breaks. So someone still has to take care of the animals.
Oh, yeah.
And so, she was always getting called into it and having to do this. And, that was not what initially she had, she was a teacher, not a, animal take carer. So, or caregiver. So she, I think by then they had started getting rid of some of, the animals, and then it just became a charter school. And the original owner, or person that started it, Janine, she really, again, wanted something for the kids to get their hands on and do things like that. So that's how she started it. So she was not thrilled with, I think, the public schools and just the largeness. We're, very small.
How big is the school? How many teachers do you have? How many kids do you have?
We have right now 62 kids. So, and we have, we call them levels, because we're a multi-age school. So kindergarten is by itself, and then 1st and 2nd grade are in a classroom. So we have one teacher there. 3rd and 4th are in another classroom, one teacher. 5th and 6th, and then 7th and 8th. So we have 4 or 5 teachers and a special ed director. We do have interventionists that we do, and so again, most of our class sizes are about 17 kids, roughly.
That's a real good ratio there.
It is.
And you do have a special ed compartment of the school. You have a director for that. So parents don't have to worry about that. They can bring them there.
Yeah.
Tell us about how parents would find out about your school.
We have a website, www.willowcreekcharter.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and we're available. Okay. We're open, and
You've got 63 students now. What's your capacity?
The capacity is actually 120. Okay. So we're
room to grow.
We do have room to grow.
How many rooms do you have there for the kids to go in?
We have, again, just the 5 classrooms, and then we do have art as well. And
is there a cafeteria or a communal building?
Nope. The kids all bring their lunches to school. We always laugh with teachers that we are knowers of all, masters of none, because we teach everything, and we're even the lunchroom supervisor. So they eat in the classroom with us. Yes. They have a half hour recess, and then they come back in and eat in the classroom, and the teachers stay in.
Okay. And no gym, no field, workout fields, athletic fields, I mean?
No, we have a very large playground that we actually will have some structured PE in the afternoon at their lunch recess. The kids will, we try to structure half of that time to do, some sort of PE.
Do some PE there.
Right.
Very good. Excellent. And tell us a little bit about the parent-student interaction there with the school. Because we're so small, every teacher knows every kid. Even if you don't have them, you know them. Again, so it's hard to really get away with anything on our campus. You always see schools saying no bullying, but we really don't, because they just can't. But we do allow, we have our parents are active with our school. This is becoming more and more. I'm a Ted Lasso fan, and Biscuits with the Boss. And so we bring on the parents. I'm trying to help them understand some of the testing that we do so they can understand the forms. And we have a big Thanksgiving Day feast where all the parents and grandparents come in, and we all sit down and have a Thanksgiving Day meal with each other. That sounds really nice. So it's more of a family kind of atmosphere.
It is.
And how is the testing different than the district schools?
Actually, it's not. We state test just like they do. We'll be doing it as soon as we get back from spring break. But again, and then we do benchmarks, throughout the year for the kids.
But the scheduling is not like the district schools. How do you schedule?
Correct. We have what we call a modified year-round school year. So we get out at the end of May with the school district, the public school district, and then we start the middle of July. Back at school. Every break, we have 2 weeks off instead of the 1 week. And then Thanksgiving, we have the full entire week off. So it is a little bit different.
Yeah, it's different, but that sounds great.
Yeah, it's the kids are getting used to it now, coming back so early, but they get bored, and we're trying to minimize summer loss.
Yes. So your summer break is 5 weeks?
Yeah, 5-6 weeks. It kind of depends on where it falls, but yes, so it's, again, it is short, but we're 4 days a week, also Monday through Thursday. And then we have 2 weeks for every spring, fall.
And how do the parents like the Monday through Thursday schedule?
Most of them like it. Of course, it's not for everyone, because some parents, especially for the littles, need daycare or things like that, and we don't offer that.
Right.
So that is hard, but, for the parents that have been with us, they love it, because they can do long weekends and, everything like that. So.
Okay. Well, we got to wrap up now, and I sure appreciate you coming in to tell us about Willow Creek Charter School. And it's been wonderful talking to you about that. And just give us your website and anything else that you wanted to tell us.
Okay. So again, you can go to our website, www.willowcreekcharter.com, or we are on Facebook, Willow Creek Charter, and Instagram. So we
Great.
try to post as much and as often as we can. So
Thank you so much, Kitty Sevey, for being my guest on this edition of Prescott Talks. And I really appreciate you coming and spend some time with us here at Prescott E-News. Thanks for watching, folks, and come on back whenever you can to see another edition of Prescott Talks. This has been your host, David McNabb. God bless.